What if intelligence wasn't just about IQ, but about mastering yourself from the inside out? Have you ever met a woman so composed, so driven, so wise, that her presence shifts the room? Could it be that the habits shaping extraordinary women are already within your reach, waiting to be activated? This message dives deep into the mindset and lifestyle of truly intelligent women, those whose strength lies not just in knowledge, but in character, clarity, and vision. Get ready to uncover the secrets behind their habits, resilience, and purpose-driven lives. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that is shaping our world, our families, our future, something that is changing the course of history. I want to talk about highly intelligent women. Women who are not just smart, but wise women who walk with purpose, who think with clarity, who live with conviction. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 31 about a woman of great wisdom, a woman who rises before the sun, who speaks with kindness, who is strong and dignified, who fears the Lord. She is intelligent, not just in mind, but in spirit. And today I want to share with you the habits that set these women apart, the choices they make, the disciplines they follow, the wisdom they embrace. Because intelligence is not just about know. It is about wisdom. It is about character. It is about the ability to see beyond the moment and walk in the path that God has called them to in a world filled with noise, temptations, and endless distractions. The ability to remain disciplined is what separates the highly intelligent woman from the rest. She understands that every moment wasted is a moment she will never get back. Her time is precious, and she does not allow distractions to dictate the course of her life. She knows that in order to reach her highest potential, she must exercise self-control, resist fleeting pleasures, and commit herself to a higher standard of living. Discipline is not an occasional act. It is a lifestyle. It is the foundation upon which success is built. The highly intelligent woman does not wake up each day and simply go with the flow. She is intentional about her time, her energy, and her focus. While others are caught up in social media, gossip, and meaningless activities, she is investing in herself. She is reading, learning, planning, and executing. She is not waiting for motivation to strike. She has built the habits that keep her on track. Even when she does not feel like it, she understands that discipline is about making choices that align with her goals, not her emotions. There will be days when she feels tired, uninspired, or overwhelmed, but she does not allow those feelings to dictate her actions. Instead, she remains committed to the path she has set for herself. She has trained her mind to push through resistance, to overcome obstacles, and to stay focused on what truly matters. The intelligent woman knows that distractions are everywhere, and they come in many forms. They can be external, such as social invitations, television, and unnecessary conversations, or they can be internal, such as self-doubt, fear, and procrastination, but she refuses to be ruled by these things. She guards her mind and her time fiercely because she knows that what she allows to capture her attention will shape her future. She does not let the opinions of others dictate her actions. She does not waste time comparing herself to others or getting caught up in things that do not contribute to her growth. She has learned the power of saying no. She does not overcommit herself to things that drain her energy and take her away from her priorities. She understands that every yes to something meaningless is a no to something meaningful, while others may see her as strict or even cold. She knows that her discipline is what allows her to create a life of purpose and excellence. She follows a structured routine that aligns with her goals. She wakes up early, spends time in reflection or prayer, and sets clear intentions for her day. She does not leave her success to chance. She plans her time wisely, ensuring that each day moves her closer to her vision. She has mastered the art of delayed gratification, knowing that small sacrifices today lead to great rewards tomorrow. Her discipline extends beyond her work and career. It influences every area of her life. She is disciplined in her health. Understanding that a strong body supports a strong mind, she eats well, exercises regularly, and takes care of herself because she knows that without health, she cannot fulfill her purpose. She is disciplined in her relationships, surrounding herself with people who uplift and inspire her, not those who drain her energy or pull her into negative. She has also trained herself to master her thoughts. She does not allow negativity, self-doubt, or fear to take root in her mind. She understands that thoughts shape reality, and so she disciplines herself to think in ways that strengthen her, not weaken her when challenges arise. She does not panic or complain. She strategizes. She does not waste time dwelling on what she cannot change. She focuses on what she can control and moves forward with wisdom and determination. The highly intelligent woman understands that discipline is freedom. While others may see discipline as restriction, she knows that it is the key to unlocking her highest potential. She is not enslaved to bad habits, toxic relationships, or mindless distractions. She is in control of her actions, her choices, and ultimately her destiny. She has embraced the truth that success is not about luck. It is about preparation, consistency, and unwavering commitment. A highly intelligent woman understands that knowledge is not static. It is ever evolving, and those who stop learning stop growing. She sees education not as a phase of life, but as a lifelong journey. While others may believe that learning ends with formal education, she knows that the world is a vast classroom filled with endless opportunities to expand her mind, refine her skills, and deepen her understanding. She is not content with what she already knows, because she understands that true intelligence is marked by curiosity, adaptability, and a hunger for wisdom. Her learning is intentional. She does not merely absorb information mindlessly. She seeks knowledge that aligns with her purpose and aspirations. She is selective about what she reads, watches, and listens to, ensuring that every piece of information she consumes contributes to her personal and professional growth. Whether through books, seminars, courses, or meaningful conversations, she surrounds herself with knowledge that challenges her to think deeply and act wisely. She is not afraid to admit that she does not know everything. She approaches life with humility, understanding that even the most intelligent minds have gaps in their knowledge. Rather than pretending to have all the answers, she asks questions, seeks mentors, and listens attentively to those who have walked the path before her. She values the wisdom of experience and is willing to learn from the successes and failures of others. Her commitment to learning extends beyond traditional academics. She understands that intelligence is not just about intellect, but also about emotional and social awareness. She studies human behavior, communication, and leadership, knowing that success is not just about what you know, but how you apply that knowledge in real life. Situations she observes the world around her, learns from different cultures, and expands her perspective by exposing herself to new ideas and diverse viewpoints. She does not fear change. She embraces it. She understands that the world is constantly evolving, and in order to stay relevant and effective, she must evolve with it. She is not intimidated by new technologies, shifting industries, or emerging trends. Instead, she takes the initiative to learn, adapt, and position herself ahead of the curve. She is willing to unlearn outdated beliefs and replace them with fresh, well-informed perspectives. She challenges herself to step outside of her comfort zone. She knows that true learning happens when she pushes beyond familiar boundaries and explores new territories. She takes on new challenges, learns new skills, and willingly places herself in situations that stretch her abilities. Whether learning a new language, acquiring a technical skill, or developing a creative talent, she is always seeking ways to expand her capabilities. She values self-reflection as an essential part of learning. She takes time to analyze her experiences, understand her mistakes, and extract valuable lessons from both victories and setbacks. She does not dwell on failure. Instead, she uses it as a stepping stone to greater wisdom. She understands that every mistake carries a lesson, and she is quick to apply what she has learned to future decisions. She surrounds herself with other intelligent minds. She is drawn to conversations that stimulate her intellect, challenge her beliefs, and encourage critical thinking. She is not afraid to engage in discussions that require deep analysis and thoughtful debate. She values constructive criticism and sees feedback as a tool for refinement rather than a personal attack. She knows that the best way to grow is to engage with those who push her to think at a higher level. She is disciplined in how she invests her time, while others may spend hours scrolling through meaningless content. She prioritizes activities that nourish her intellect. She dedicates time to reading, researching, and developing her expertise in her field. She treats learning as a daily habit, just like exercise or proper nutrition to her mental. Strength is just as important as physical strength, and she is committed to training her mind just as she trains her body. She is passionate about sharing knowledge. She does not hoard information but seeks to empower others by teaching, mentoring, and inspiring those around her. She believes that true intelligence is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about using it to uplift and educate others. She understands that knowledge is most powerful when it is shared and applied for the betterment of individuals and communities. Her love for learning is not driven by external rewards or recognition. She learns because she is genuinely curious, because she enjoys the process of discovery, and because she knows that every bit of knowledge she gains strengthens her ability to lead, innovate, and contribute meaningfully to the world. She understands that the mind, like a muscle, must be exercised regularly to remain sharp, and she is committed to keeping her strong, flexible, and ever-expanding. A highly intelligent woman understands that emotions are powerful, but she does not allow them to control her decisions, actions, or perspective. She has mastered the art of emotional intelligence, recognizing that success in life is not just determined by intellect, but also by the ability to regulate emotions, navigate relationships, and respond to challenges with wisdom. She does not suppress her emotions, but she channels them in a way that serves her purpose rather than hinders her progress. She is aware that emotions, when unchecked, can cloud judgment. She does not make impulsive decisions based on temporary feelings of anger, frustration, or excitement. Instead, she takes a step back, assesses the situation objectively, and responds. With a level head, she has trained herself to pause before reacting, knowing that a moment of restraint can prevent a lifetime of regret, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or moments of high pressure. She remains composed, and thoughtful in her approach. She understands that self-awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery. She takes time to reflect on her thoughts, behaviors, and triggers, ensuring that she does not operate on autopilot. She recognizes patterns in her emotional responses and actively works to improve them. She does not blame external circumstances for her reactions. Instead, she takes responsibility for how she processes and expresses her emotions. By doing so, she gains control over her inner world, preventing negativity from taking root in her mind. She does not allow fear to dictate her choices. She acknowledges fear, but she does not submit to it. She knows that fear is often a product of overthinking, insecurity, or past experiences, and she refuses to let it limit her growth instead of avoiding discomfort. She confronts it head-on, understanding that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward. Despite it, she has trained herself to reframe fear as an opportunity for growth, allowing challenges to refine her rather than break her. She has learned how to manage stress effectively. She does not let external pressures consume her energy or steal her peace. She practices self-care, whether through meditation, prayer, journaling, or spending time in nature, ensuring that she maintains a sense of balance and inner calm. She does not see rest as a weakness, but as a necessity for peak performance. She understands that an overworked mind is a vulnerable mind, and she prioritizes mental well-being as much as professional success. She is not easily offended. She does not waste time dwelling on negative comments, criticism, or the opinions of those who do not add value to her life. She is emotionally secure, knowing that her worth is not determined by external validation. When faced with criticism, she discerns whether it is constructive or destructive. If it is constructive, she humbly accepts it as an opportunity to grow. If it is destructive, she dismisses it without allowing it to affect her confidence or self-esteem. She has mastered the ability to detach from negativity. She does not engage in unnecessary conflicts, gossip, or toxic conversations. She understands that not every battle is worth fighting, and that her energy is better spent on things that align with her goals. She is selective about where she invests her emotions, ensuring that she does not deplete herself by engaging in situations that do not serve her higher purpose. She values emotional resilience. She does not break under pressure or allow setbacks to define her. When faced with disappointment or failure, she processes her emotions, learns the lesson, and moves forward with renewed strength. She does not dwell on the past or allow temporary hardships to shake her faith in the future. She has trained herself to remain hopeful, knowing that challenges are a part of growth and that perseverance is the key to overcoming any obstacle. She is intentional about cultivating positive emotions. She practices gratitude, focusing on what she has rather than what she lacks. She chooses to see the good in people, even when it is difficult. She speaks words of encouragement to her elf and others, knowing that the energy she puts into the world will eventually return to her. She surrounds herself with positivity, ensuring that her environment supports her emotional well-being rather than drains it. She is empathetic, but does not allow herself to be manipulated. She understands the emotions of others and offers support when needed, but she also sets clear boundaries to protect her people. PE. She does not take responsibility for other people's emotional burdens or allow guilt to drive her actions. She has learned that saying no is not selfish, but necessary for maintaining her emotional strength. She leads with both logic and heart. She understands that emotions are a valuable tool when used wisely, but they should not override reason. She balances her intuition with iCal thinking, ensuring that her decisions align with both her intellect and her inner wisdom. She does not ignore her emotions, but she does not become a slave to them either. She has mastered the ability to feel deeply without being controlled by those feelings. A highly intelligent woman is not just guided by what she sees in front of her. She is led by a vision that extends far beyond the present moment. She understands that success, impact, and fulfillment are not achieved by accident, but by design. She does not live aimlessly, reacting to life circumstances without direction. Instead, she has a clear vision of what she wants to achieve, who she wants to become, and the legacy she wants to leave behind. Her faith and vision are the forces that propel her forward. Even when challenges are, she does not rely solely on logic and reason, and she understands that some of the greatest breakthroughs in life come from an unshakable belief in something greater than herself. Her faith, whether in God, in her purpose, or in the potential within her, gives her the strength to pursue goals that others may consider impossible. She does not let fear or doubt paralyze her, because she knows that what she is working toward is bigger than any temporary setback. She is driven by purpose rather than mere ambition. While others chase success for the sake of status, wealth, or approval, she moves with intentionality, knowing that true fulfillment comes from aligning her actions with a higher calling. She does not seek validation from the world. She seeks alignment with the vision placed within her. She trusts that if she remains faithful to her purpose, the right opportunities connections and resources will come at the right time. Her vision is not just a dream. It is a strategy. She does not simply wish for a better future. She plans for it. She sets clear goals, breaks them down into actionable steps, and commits herself to the discipline required to bring them to life. She is not afraid of hard work, nor is she discouraged by slow progress. She understands that anything worth achieving takes time, and she is willing to stay the course no matter how long it takes. She is not easily distracted by temporary pleasures or fleeting trends. She knows that short-term gratification often comes at the expense of long-term success. While others may be consumed by what is popular or easy, she remains focused on what is meaningful and lasting. She has trained herself to say no to the things that do not align with her greater vision, even if they seem appealing. In the moment, she embraces uncertainty as a part of the journey. She knows that walking by faith means stepping forward, even when the path is not fully clear. She does not wait for perfect conditions before taking action. She moves forward with confidence, trusting that clarity will come as she progresses. She understands that every great leader, innov, and trailblazer faced moments of doubt, but they pressed on because their vision was greater than their fear. She surrounds herself with people who encourage her vision rather than diminish it. She does not waste time with those who do not believe in her potential or who try to limit her ambition. She seeks out mentors, role models, and peers who challenge her to think bigger, work harder, and remain steadfast in her faith. She understands that the company she keeps will either propel her forward or hold her back, and she is intentional about choosing relationships that align with her purpose. She does not measure success solely by external achievements while she values accomplishments. She knows that true success is about impact, character, and integrity. She remains grounded in her values, refusing to compromise her principles for temporary gain. She believes that success without purpose is empty, and she strives to build a life that is not just impressive on the outside, but meaningful on the inside. She remains adaptable and open to change. She understands that vision is not about rigidly holding on to a single plan, but about being willing to adjust while staying true to the bigger picture. She does not panic when things do not go as expected. Instead, she sees every setback as redirection and every failure as a lesson. She trusts that even when the journey takes unexpected turns, she's still on the path toward her ultimate purpose. She operates with an unshakable belief that her life has meaning, that she was created for something significant, and that she has the power to shape her destiny. She does not allow negative experiences, past failures, or the limitations of others to define her future. She moves forward with unwavering confidence, knowing that every step she takes in faith brings her closer to the realization of her vision. A highly intelligent woman is not merely defined by her intellect, but by the way she disciplines her life, commits to lifelong learning, masters her emotions, and walks in unwavering faith and vision. She does not allow distractions to derail her, nor does she let fear dictate her choices. She embraces growth, seeks wisdom, and pursues excellence in all she does. Her intelligence is not just about what she knows. It is about how she applies it. It is seen in the way she carries herself, the way she leads, and the way she influences the world around her. She understands that success is not about luck or talent alone. It is about consistent effort, resilience, and a deep-rooted belief in her purpose. The world needs more women who are bold, focused, and purpose-driven. Women who rise above mediocrity, who refuse to settle for less than they are capable of, and who inspire others by the way they live. So to every woman listening today, step into your intelligence with confidence, walk in discipline, seek wisdom, control your emotions, and never lose sight of the vision placed within you. The future is not waiting for the hesitant. It belongs to those who dare to rise, to lead, and to live with purpose. Go forward and become the woman you were destined to be.